Hey dreamers, welcome to episode 100 of your Dream Coach podcast. I honestly can't believe I get to say that. Episode 100. What started as a way for me to take on a new challenge, get out of comfort zone, and really take on a hobby and a project for ways that I could share lessons that I was learning as a small business coach, mom, leader, trying to figure it all out, has turned into this incredible community of dreamers, believers, and leaders who believe in creating more than success. They believe in creating meaning. If you've been here since the beginning, thank you. And if this is your first episode, welcome. You're exactly where you're meant to be. I'm Shayla Wey. I'm a small business coach, growth strategist, and believer that your dream life starts the moment you lead like you mean it. Well, this podcast is built on 3 pillars: leadership, fulfillment, and growth. And today we're celebrating episode 100 by bringing together the best lessons from the last 99 episodes. Everything that I've found about what it really takes to build a business that feeds your soul, a life that feels aligned, and the mindset to grow through it all. And as you know, my core beliefs are built on 3 pillars: leadership, fulfillment, and growth. And so in each of these pillars today, I'm going to dive into some key lessons and excited to share some of this wisdom with you in this episode. So the first pillar is the foundation, which is leadership. I have learned that leadership isn't just about what you do when people are watching. It's how you show up when no one is. So the first lesson under this core pillar is your business will only grow as much as you do. And I've seen it over and over. The entrepreneurs who thrive long-term aren't the ones who have the flashiest strategies. They're the ones doing the inner work, setting boundaries, managing their energy, building emotional resilience. Leadership starts with self-leadership. So when you're grounded, everything around you gets stronger. The second lesson is to lead with vision, not pressure. The most effective leaders aren't the ones forcing outcomes. They're the ones inspiring action. So when you lead from purpose, people don't just follow, they believe. The other lesson, the third lesson under this pillar, is that communication is the number one skill every great leader must master. I have found that leadership isn't about having all the answers, it's about creating clarity. So when your team knows where you're going, how they fit in, and that you genuinely care, culture thrives. And culture, by the way, is what scales, not chaos. Now, the second pillar I'm really, really big on is fulfillment. And this is the heart. So we have your foundation, which is leadership, and then we have our second pillar, which is the heart. This is the fulfillment. And one of the biggest shifts that I've made over the years, over decades, and that I've shared in these last 99 episodes is redefining what success actually means. So the first lesson under fulfillment is success without fulfillment. Fulfillment is failure, in my opinion. And what I've seen working with lots of leaders is that you can hit every goal on your list. You can get more clients, you can get more sales, you can have more visibility, and still feel empty if you are not connected to why it all matters. So I found that fulfillment doesn't come always just from doing more. It comes from being more aligned, more intentional, and more present. The second lesson under this pillar is your energy sells more than your words. People don't just buy what you sell. They buy how you make them feel. So when you're lit up by your mission, when you believe deeply in what you're doing, your energy does the heavy lifting. Fulfillment is going to create that magnetism, and magnetism drives growth. The third lesson under fulfillment is joy is a business strategy. When you genuinely build from joy, you build from overflow. Your creativity expands, your team feels it, your clients feel it. And I've had to learn that joy isn't something to earn after success. It's something that we can build into success. The fourth lesson under this pillar is the anti-hustle approach works. Fulfillment and peace aren't luxuries. They're power sources. So slowing down isn't losing momentum. It's building sustainable momentum. The most fulfilled leaders I know create space. They design their days for energy, not exhaustion. And the third pillar is the fuel. That's our growth. So we have the foundation, which is our leadership. We have the heart, which is our fulfillment. And then we have the fuel, the third pillar of growth. And growth is where a lot of entrepreneurs get stuck. They think it's about doing more when really it's about becoming more. So my first lesson under this pillar is what got you here won't get you there. Every level of growth requires a new level of you, new habits, new beliefs, new standards. And you can't scale the same way that you started. So this has been true in my own business. And when I moved from a solopreneur to team leader, right, everything changed. And then again on the next level as a next level entrepreneur. So it's always never been just about what I've done, but who I had to be in any different role or chapter that I've been, in my entrepreneurship and leadership journey. Okay. The second lesson under this core value is growth isn't always fast, and that's okay. The seasons of slow are often where the deepest growth happens. I've learned to trust the pace of my purpose, not rush it. Sometimes growth looks like building systems, developing people, or deepening skills. It's quieter, but no less powerful. The third lesson is simplicity is a growth strategy. Every business I've helped go from stuck to scaling has done one thing first: simplified. Simplifying your offers, maybe it's your messaging, your systems, and watch your confidence grow. Okay. Clarity creates a lot of really good momentum. Complexity can kill it. And I want to just add one more section to today's podcast and pulling this all together. And we're going to dive into the soul work. After 100 episodes, this might be my biggest realization yet, is the inner work always precedes the outer success. So my lessons in this category of the soul work, of pulling it all together, is lesson one is identity drives results. You can't outperform the way you see yourself. So if you're still identifying as trying or figuring it out, your actions will match that. When you step into your identity as a leader, a CEO, a creator, your results rise to meet it. My second lesson is self-trust is your greatest growth strategy. You can learn every system and every sales strategy, but if you don't trust yourself to make decisions, it doesn't matter. Confidence isn't built by getting it perfect. It's built by proving to yourself that you can handle it. And my third lesson is comparison kills creativity. You can't build your dream life while measuring it against someone else's. Your pace, your story, your path, they're uniquely yours. Every time I've looked sideways, I've slowed down. And every time I've looked inward, I've sped up. And the fourth reminder or lesson under the soul work is you just can't pour from an empty cup. Growth without restoration is burnout. Rest is not weakness, it's wisdom. We know that we need to take rest to be able to show up as our best. And finally, I want to share the lessons that tie it all together and found that really what makes this journey worth it. And that is legacy. The legacy of why we do all of the things throughout our life in our business as leaders to make an impact in the world. And my first lesson is purpose over pressure. When you operate from purpose, the pressure loses its power. Purpose grounds you when growth can feel uncertain. And the second lesson here is that your mission matters more than your metrics. The likes, the numbers, the revenue, they matter, yes, but they're not everything. The real win is knowing that you are making a difference. And the third lesson here under legacy is to dream bigger, lead braver, and live fuller. If there's one mantra I can hope you carry forward from this podcast, it's that. Because when you expand your dreams, you expand your impact. And when you lead braver, you build people. And when you live fuller, you experience the whole reason you started this in the first place. And that's leadership, that's fulfillment, and that is growth. So if you've been on this journey with me, or if this is your first time tuning in, I just want to say thank you, truly. This community exists because of dreamers like you who believe in leading with heart, building with integrity, and growing with purpose. So if you're ready to take the next step, I'd love to invite you to join the LFG Business Academy on Skool. It's free. Inside, you'll find powerful tools, trainings, and community to help you grow your business without losing yourself in the process. You'll also get access to the mini leadership series, which is my free video training that walks you through how to lead like a CEO, grow sustainably, and find fulfillment along the way. And you can find that link in the show notes. Dreamers, thank you for being here for 100 episodes. Thank you for sharing this space with me, for your messages, your stories, your growth, and your belief in what's possible. I started your Dream Coach podcast to help people build businesses that feel as good as they look. And I can tell you this, the best is still ahead. If this podcast has impacted you, share it with someone who's chasing their own dreams. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and tag me on Instagram at Shayla Wey Coaching. I'd love to hear your favorite lesson or how this show has helped you grow. And remember, because your dream life starts with the way you lead, the way you live, and the way you grow. I'll see you next time for the next 100 episodes on your Dream Coach podcast.